I wanted to share something that I've created for you. It is a free resource that you can use when you are looking at bidding and pricing your items for online auctions. This is called a Smart Bid template. Template are some basic fields to help you understand if you are pricing your items and buying your items so that you can make money instead of losing money. Because when we're reselling, let's face it, that's what we want to do. So I'm going to walk you through this template so that once you've downloaded it, you know what to do. You'll see in the template that there's a column where you can put a description of what you're looking at. And then the next item says sold comp. So what is the sold comp and how do you know where to find it? Well, let's take one step back. You're looking online. You're looking for something to sell, and let's say you land on Shop Goodwill. So you're on Shop Goodwill and you're looking for brooches, and you come across a great Egyptian revival brooch with matching earrings, and you see that it's $21 and you think, ooh, that looks like it's a pretty good price. So you hop on over to eBay. Now you're going to look for the sold comp. But what's a sold comp? Okay, the sold comp is something similar that someone has recently paid for that similar item. So why a sold comp? Well, we want to know what people are paying for that item. We don't really care what people are listing the item for. We want to know what people are paying for the item because we want to make money. So let's say we go and we find a sold comp, and the sold comp is $120. Now we can put that sold comp into the spreadsheet. Now the second thing we're going to do is we're going to go and we're going to look at the listing on Shop Goodwill, and we're going to calculate how much it's going to cost to ship it to you. Why? Because shipping isn't like on Amazon, unfortunately. It's usually not free. Sometimes you can get penny shipping, sometimes it's $5, but in this case, for this item to have it shipped to me in San Diego, it's $13. So we need to include that. It's going to become part of the cost of getting that item to us. The next item is the promotion fee percentage. This is marketing cost. I sell on eBay and I can set this at whatever number I would like. I stay with 6% because I've heard that's the sweet spot. It may be right, it may be wrong, but that's where I stay. You can change this to whatever you would like. The next fee is the final value fee. On eBay, when you sell jewelry like I do, it is 15%. If you sell on other platforms, Poshmark is 20%, Mercari is 10%. You can change that to the percentage for your platform. I also have a column for a tax because nobody likes to pay it, but somehow it also winds up being a cost that we have to pay. I've set this at 10% because it seems like that's the right number to calculate the fluctuations of items coming from different places around the country to me. Now, after I've filled in these different fields, now comes the fun part. Now I can start playing around with my bid. Now let's say for this item, I see, well, the minimum bid I can make right now is $22. So at that $22 minimum bid, what could my profit be? So let's take a look and see what my profit could be. My profit could be, how does that look? Is that the profit that I would like? Is this the profit that makes sense for me on my business model? If I want a higher profit, then I could say, you know what? I'm going to pass on this item. If I am okay with this profit, then I could say, okay, I'm going to bid. And here's a good tip for shopping on online auctions like this. I personally like to determine what is my top bid that I am willing to pay on this auction. I bid it and I forget it. What does that mean? Let's say for this set, I said my top bid is $30. It's 10 a.m. This auction closes at 5 p.m. 10 a.m. I place my bid of $30. At 1 p.m. I am working on other aspects of my business. At 3 p.m. I am also working on other aspects of my business. At 4 p.m. maybe I'll go and take a little peek, but I am not going to jump in and change my bid. Why? Because it's very easy to get emotionally caught up in this little bidding war against people you don't know. And before you know it, that net profit is gone, or it's reduced, or maybe it's even now become a loss. So be very careful. Place your bid, decide where you're going to stick, place it, and move on with your day. Let the auction end, and then find out if you want it. When you receive your item in, you already know what your sold comp is. So when you get it in, you're ready to move to the next step and get it listed. So you get it in, you're going to take your photos, you're going to go to your platform, you're going to list it at your sold comp, and you're ready to go. You're ready to start making money on that item. So that's how to use the Smart Bid Calculator. And since we're already here today, I thought I would do a little part 2 of our conversation. And I thought I would do a little unboxing today. My unboxing today is from the Goodwill of Kentucky, Louisville. In this box, I placed a bid for a ring. These rings that have the missing stones. Because you know who likes to buy these? Jewelers like to buy these, and then they can take them and they can dip them for their clients. They can add a new stone and they can turn these into just something really gorgeous and magical. Now, was this ring a smart bid? No. I had this idea that I could find some great rings, and what I was going to do is I was going to type in missing stones, and I saw this one and it said missing stones and gold filled, and I bid $12.99, which sounds great, right? Well, that sounds really good until you put it into the Smart Bid Calculator. And when you put it into the Smart Bid Calculator, this little beautiful setting no stone ring arrives to me with a cost of $27. The best I can comp this out, and it's really high. It's really stretching it. Really high, really stretching it is maybe $60. I'm actually thinking that I might see if I can find a stone for this myself. I've been looking for a setting where I could put a little pink stone. Anyway, I just thought since we're talking about the smart bid calculator, I would give you an example of a unsmart bid that I made and just show you that this was not the best bid. It is pretty. I will show you in the smart bid calculator if I can make anything on this when I finish up this video for you. Don't forget to go in and get your free copy of this template. I have it set up so that you cannot change the formula. That formula is locked down. However, all you have to do is click on the link. After you click on the link, if you're in Google, then you can go to the file, you can save a copy, and then you should be able to start putting in your own data. And hopefully this will be a fun and educational tool that you can use to start making some smart bids. Doesn't matter if you're buying at garage sales and selling online, if you're finding things around the house and selling them online, no matter if you're buying online and selling online, this calculator should help you understand the different fees, the different items to look for, so that when you're selling, you can be smart, you can make money. Thanks for being here with me today. I'm Rachel from Reimagine by the Chateau. Should I be